the second aspect to pillar number 7, there's always more, and it's the structure and the process, not the outcomes and the content. Does that make sense? So the structure, regardless of what level you're at with your awakening process or what cycle you're in with life, you know, the winter of life, the spring of life, you're having a crappy cycle or a good cycle, the structure with this 9 pillar framework is always the same. Hey, and I'm Jason at AwakenedEssence.com. Yeah, no, don't eat my bag, mate. So in terms of the structure, regardless of how enlightened you are or not, it's always step 1, pillar 1, correct presence practice first. So, how's your backside? How's your hands, your calf muscles? Notice your belly button, and then notice the space inside your torso and everything that's going on in there. And then notice if your consciousness expands out into a deeper space that allows everything to be as it is. You don't need to have bliss to be in presence. You just have to be here with it and allowing the space to contain everything that's going on, including the good stuff, including the wind. Look at the birds. They're doing aerodynamics, otherwise I'll get blown off. So the tests will test you at your capacity to hold each step of the 4 steps to presence practice, and how substantial were they and how consistent was it over that period of time where you were in that situation, that period of time where you were being tested on something, be it emotional, physical. Ooh, bird had a go at me, cord. And where you're holding presence, right? So we might have a cresty dance happen very shortly, which is always great fun. You're gonna do a cresty dance? He's looking at me like I'm an idiot. Well, I am. I'll admit it. I behave like a 5-year-old because that's pillar 5 for a reason, eh? And it's your unconscious mind, pillar 5, that needs to be rewritten and the new defaults set so you live in presence and you abide there. That's step 1, level 1 awakening, abiding presence. And it takes a lot of work. And you've got to have guts to do it. And it's mathematical. The more insistent and persistent you are, the shorter a time it takes because you're doing it in one hit. Instead of doing lots of bad habit and some good habit, you're just doing lots of good habit. That makes it happen faster. No, don't play with that. Yep, there you go, have that instead. Same bird that was trying to chew my phone. So, I recheck my presence like that, instantaneous, just to make sure. Because the birds are going into crazy mode. Oh. And creating fun for me. So can you function in a chaotic situation? Because the structure of this 9 pillar framework and the structure of presence, the structure of your unconsciousness does not change. My unconscious mind operates the same way that Jaggi Vasudev does, or Amma the Hugging Saint, or Jacinda Ardern, or Roger Federer, whoever. We're all humans. These guys are no different. They just don't have the complex brains, but the structure is the same. Hey! And these guys react unconsciously, and you'll know lots of people that do. These guys are just act unconsciously, depending on what's going on. They don't know, but they're going into crazy mode because of the crazy weather we're having right now. So regardless of the level of awakening you are at, be it got it, lost it, non-abiding, abiding, deeply abiding, or second cycle transpersonal, the structure always applies. I always check my presence practice, and if I really work with the steps and juice in at each step, then it's a lot more evidenced and it's a lot more stable. Although unconsciously it's been very, very stable for heading towards, and I can start saying it now, heading towards 14 years. So I can say it now, my stability of my abidance in awakening is heading towards 14 years. It's a long time to be default state presence, which is why it's gone into the deeper cycles of awakening, because I haven't consciously slacked off, because it's always the structure. I've learned when I've been in horrible life-threatening situations, or it's in truly horrible levels of pain or lockdown or whatever, my presence practice, my stillness, is my rock that I trust. Yeah, good bird. That was very cute. I'll give you it's Patience. How you going, buddy? Come on, Patience. How was that? That was a good lift, wasn't it? He went up and flew over. The structure is the same for these parrots. That's why I knew Patience would do that. He's a darling bird. Is your cat trained that well? This is a wild animal. It's not a domestic pet. It's not a domestic parrot. And Patience will generally allow other people to eat out of the hand until he gets annoyed with them because they're attacking him, and then he'll savage them. That's what he does, because he's an individual. So the structure is the same. Hey, don't be nasty to the Corella. Corella one, they usually do. Hey, Patience, I'll feed you. It's all good, mate. There you go. So it's the structure. This 9-pillar framework is so awesome. I keep testing it with me and with people around me, and also with the 9-pillar framework over at learnwhispering.com for the Whispering 101 course. It's been all laid through it, how to apply the 9-pillar to this, because pillar 9 is common sense. If your spiritual practice can't be applied to tennis, to animal whispering, to getting photographic memory at school, then this one will. Because it's mathematical in terms of behaviour patterns, behaviour of the unconscious mind, the structure of who you are as a human being, and how to gather that proof, gather the evidence, and deepen as a person. So, just a quick video there. Any questions, make contact. The Correct Presence Practice course will take you through all this. With every video is an ongoing practice session. Oh, nice little cresty. And the laws of grace is just massive. You won't get sick of the content in a hurry because there's so much of it, but it will help you develop the habit of correct presence practice and understanding the nuances that trip people up. Hey, Patience, and you're such a darling, man, you'll just sit there and wait, won't you? Hey? You will. Can you do that with yourself? Look at him, he's going to lean across. See you in the next video. I'm Jason for AwakenedEssence.com. Yeah. You're a good man.